Hey, I'm Dr. Casey and welcome back. I'm going to be showing you my go-to hip mobility drills. Something I do before every workout. Even if I'm just doing upper body, I do these. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, also hit the bell notifications for any reminders for future videos. So let's get started. So the first thing that I like to start with is a hip band. So you can start with something like the slingshot or just like a different kind of band that's a different resistance. There's different colors, whatever you feel comfortable with. This one I like to do around my ankles, and then this one I like to do around my knees. So we'll start with this one. So we go right around the ankle here. I like to either walk up and down like a pathway, so you don't have to worry about how many you did, or if you're in one small area, you can still do these, which I'm gonna show you in just this one small area. Just do 10 on each side. So what you're gonna do is just do step out at an angle. So step out and then step back and just do 10 on one side. And you're really making sure, again, bracing your core, keeping your body in a neutral position and really activating that like outer glute area. Again, this is a warm up so that we can get ready for your leg day or full body movement, or just to do as a mobility drill to work on your hip mobility if you're super tight from sitting all day. So again, I'm gonna do this side and keep that foot flat, touching. Don't let your heel or toe come off the floor. And then I like to do just side steps. So we're gonna step to the side. Again, working the outside of that leg. Keep that lower core nice and tight. So again, that means just belly button to spine. You're not sucking it in. Bracing means that you're expanding through the diaphragm. And we're gonna go over that another time. So say we did about 10 on each side. Now we're going to use this guy. I like to do some resisted like body weight squats. This you put around your knees. So with this hip band, I like to do some body weight resisted squats so it can work on really driving my knees out. And I really like to do this before I do any lower body movement. So however you feel comfortable, whether your hands are up here or right here or out on the side or by your side. I like to go about here, kind of like I'm holding a weight, and I really drive my knees out and squat down as far as you can go. If you only can go before parallel, great, as long as you're keeping a neutral spine. Or if you can go past parallel, great, to work on your mobility, whatever you feel is comfortable. So here's about right before parallel, here's about 90, or you can go lower. And you could do, again, you're gonna do about 2 sets of 10, and I'm gonna show you from the side too, just so you can see how I keep my spine in a neutral position. And I'm really bracing again in the glutes and my lower core. So you can even make this a workout, but again, this is part of my hip mobility drill, warm up, whatever you wanna call it. So you'll do 2 sets of 10 of that. Then I like to do just a wide stance kind of sumo squat. So it's like a deeper squat. Point my toes out and I drop down. So you're gonna do 2 sets of 10 of these as well. And again, I'm keeping that neutral spine, so I'll show you from the side, but I'm not rounding, not extending, I'm not tucking the butt under. So again, 2 sets of 10 of that. Then we're gonna do some stuff that's gonna be on the floor. So I'm going to use my hip band as my knee support. You can fold it twice. I can usually use my knee sleeve, but you can use a rolled up towel or a pillow, whatever's the most comfortable, but just something to give some support for your knee because it is a bony surface and this is a hard floor. So something that is soft. This is what I call the hip shifter. It's one of my favorite things I do every single time before I do a workout. So one leg is bent here and then the other one is out at 90 degrees. And what you're doing is creating blood flow in the groin hip area. So you're gonna extend each way. So you're dipping your hip to the right and then dipping it to the left. And see how my upper body goes with it? I'm not moving my upper body to go with my hip. My hip is going first and then my upper body is following along with it. And you're wanting to make sure this knee doesn't cave in. So you're really getting the benefit of getting that blood flow to this area. And so you want to do 2 sets of 10. And again, you can do this barefoot or with shoes, whatever you're comfortable with. And then we're gonna switch to the other side. You will notice that you're probably tighter on one side than the other. Everyone has minor imbalances, and that's totally normal. Still something that we can work on so you can function optimally. So you always do both sides. So drop your knee in each way, keep that knee pointing out. You're gonna drop your knee in here and then the hip the other way. So you're feeling that blood flow here. And again, I've been doing this for 5 years. So if you are feeling like you're super tight and you can't understand how to do this, you're not getting it, or you feel like maybe you're not getting as much range of motion as I am, that is okay. Everyone has somewhere to start. So start where you are, and the more you do it, the more range of motion you will get. So again, 2 sets of 10. And then from here, we're gonna go to a different one. I like to grab my little myofascial trigger point ball. Whether you have a tennis ball, a cross ball, whatever you use is great. I like to do just a little bit extra glute mobility just to get extra blood flow into that outer glute meat, since we just worked on it, doing our hip mobility band work, our sumo squats, hip shifter, everything activated that. So let's just give some blood flow there. So you're gonna place this right on the outside of the glute on the floor, and then you're gonna go into a cross-legged position. Use your arms to balance you and your other foot. And this is gonna help. You can push your knee out to get more of a stretch at the same time. And you're gonna roll in a circle or a figure 8 or counterclockwise, probably for about 30 seconds, nothing crazy, because this is still gonna be before your workout or at the end of the day. You do not need to do this for more than 2 minutes, because that is too much. You do not need to overwork or overstimulate the area. 30 to 60 seconds is enough just to get that circulation and blood flow to the area and loosen everything up. Then we're gonna go on the other side, right on the outside here. Cross that leg over. Keep that foot flexed. You will feel it more and drive that knee out. And again, my shoulders are not like coming up to my ears. I'm keeping them locked, keeping those like lats engaged. I'm putting all the pressure on that glute. If you've never done this before, it's going to feel really uncomfortable at first, so give it time. Again, the more you do it, the less harder it will be. And you can even get lower glute too, if you feel like you're being adventurous and you want to work a lot of different areas. But I like to just stay on the outside here. Then my last hip mobility drill that I do is called the hip 90-90. And there's many different variations to this. So I'll show you a few. So from the side view, you're going to put one leg in 90 degrees in the front, and the other one will be 90 right behind it. So it's almost like you're doing a stretch for your outside of your hip here, but at the same time, we're getting that internal rotation. So external rotation of the leg in front and internal rotation of the leg in the back. This again is very hard for people who have really tight hips. So again, don't feel like you have to go at my level. Start where you can. With this one, I don't like to do it for no longer than like 3 to 5 seconds, because if you are really tight, you will go into spasm. So please, consult your local chiro or come see me in my office so we can get a baseline of your range of motion and see where you're at, to see if this is something that's going to be beneficial for you. But if you already have worked on everything else and you've done these before, but you just want to know a different variation, then this is called the hip 90-90. So again, you're going to pretend like you're driving your knee into the ground here, and this knee as well. You're going to move your body and face it towards that right knee. So hands go like this. Again, I'm trying to keep a neutral position, not like rounding my upper back, trying to keep my chest up and reaching over. If you feel like you're not feeling any stretch here, to make it harder, you lift this back foot up and you keep it flexed. That's gonna get that rotation in here. Again, 3 to 5 seconds is all you need, because this is more of a mobility warm-up dynamic movement. So you don't need to be in this static hold for 30 seconds. 3 to 5 seconds is all you need. So you'll stay here, and then to easily get to the other side, keep this knee driving into the ground, and you're gonna open, trying to keep that knee in the ground, keep that knee in the ground, and you're gonna feel that tightness in here, and then you can eventually go to the other side. Make sure again, 90 here, and then same thing. Drive that knee into the ground, bring your hands over to that left knee, keep your chest up and over. And again, if you want more stretch, you lift that back leg up, keep that right foot flexed, hold 3 to 5 seconds. And then again, you open up the other way. So you hold, 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 and then switch over. This is one of another favorite hip mobility drills that I have and that I use every time I do any of my workouts. So I just went over my go-to hip mobility drills. It seems like a lot, but it really isn't once you get it, and you can go through it within 5 minutes. It's the hip bands, the sumo squats, the hip shifter, the banded squats, the hip 90-90s, and then the myofascial trigger point ball into the glute area. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure to subscribe right here, like this video, and make sure you press that notification bell to be reminded of any future videos.